Minato versus Itachi? Who's the true genius in Naruto? In Japan, there's always some new Naruto discussion happening on forums. We're here to bring you the hottest threads in Japan. Today, we've got a Japanese debate for you. Who's the true genius, Minato or Itachi? Or maybe it's someone else entirely in the Naruto world. Let's jump in!
Kakashi, overflowing from the list of genius candidates, faces a sorrowful present.
Hashirama the real genius?
Hashirama feels more like raw power than pure genius.
If we're talking about geniuses unrelated to bloodline, I'd say the top three are Minato, Orochimaru, and Jiraiya.
Kakashi does have the precedent of the White Fang at least.
Orochimaru definitely has talent, but I see him more as a prodigy, driven by effort and obsession.
He couldn't use Sage Mode with his original body.
In that sense, he's inferior to Jiraiya and Minato.
Nah, he's still a genius.
Hiruzen valued Orochimaru's talent the most and had high hopes for him.
Orochimaru could use all 5 chakra natures, right?
He also developed tons of forbidden jutsu. Wish we saw more of that in the main story.
His jutsu were sealed for a long time too.
But in the end, he couldn't achieve Sage transformation.
I feel like geniuses are the ones who can effortlessly do things normal people can't. Orochimaru, with all his gritty effort and obsessive knowledge gathering, gives off a different vibe.
Not saying he's inferior though.
Then wouldn't that apply to Jiraiya too?
If geniuses pick things up effortlessly, then Sage Mode should have been fully mastered too.
Orochimaru's parents were apparently shinobi. His gravestone seems to show a family name.
Unlike Orochimaru, Jiraiya didn't lose his parents in war, but his background is still unclear.
Minato's origins are completely unknown.
Jiraiya never seemed poor as a kid. If anything, he gave off the vibe of coming from a well-off family. Plus, he was in the same squad as the village princess, so he probably had a good upbringing.
Personally, I get the impression that both Orochimaru and Jiraiya were born into decent families.
I mean, they were paired with Tsunade after all.
In a shinobi world where skills and abilities are passed down through master-apprentice relationships, Itachi reached an extraordinary level both mentally and physically without a proper mentor. That makes him a standout genius.
But because his abilities were so specialized, he also had some critical weaknesses.
Minato, on the other hand, had the flexibility to take what he inherited from his master and elevate it with his own talent. He's a genius in that sense.
Compared to Itachi, who had environmental factors too, Minato was a stable, well-rounded genius with no major weaknesses.
Talent is something you're born with, so I think bloodline-based abilities count as talent too.
Things like Eternal Mangekyo, which require a trade despite being innate, or Hashirama cells, external but needing talent to master, make it complicated.
Itachi's strength lies in how he could fully utilize his clan's unique abilities at a young age.
Minato's strength feels like he chose the perfect hit-and-run strategy for ninja combat.
Itachi and Minato feel like the two ultimate geniuses in the Naruto universe.
Minato even used sealing techniques that reminded Kurama of Hashirama. Eyes overflowing with talent.
Jiraiya admired Minato, who was admired by Orochimaru, who was admired by Hiruzen, the genius who was recognized by the first and second Hokage as a prodigy before the village was even founded.
Did Hiruzen even have a genius label?
Even in his prime, he was with Tobirama and Danzo, and they barely escaped from the Gold and Silver brothers, who the Inoshikacho trio could probably beat easily.
There is a setting that says, Hiruzen showed greater intellect than the second Hokage even as a child.
There's no official setting that says that was Hiruzen's prime.
Orochimaru replaced his body before reaching old age, so maybe he wasn't as short-lived as Itachi? But he might have had a serious illness that prevented Sage transformation.
By the time he tried to learn it, he was already in his sound ninja phase. Was that even his original body?
Maybe even his own body couldn't handle it.
Orochimaru is consistently portrayed as a genius type in the series.
Sage chakra, he makes it look easy.
10 Tails, he controls it effortlessly.
From what we see, Madara is undeniably a standout genius.
Minato is the only one besides the second Hokage who mastered Hiraishin Jutsu.
He's also a sealing technique user on par with Hashirama.
Even after being impaled by Kurama, he held on until help arrived. His vitality is insane.
His Sage mode doesn't last long due to chakra limits, but it's beautifully refined. His naming sense is top tier too. He just feels like a genius in every way.
He developed the Rasengan, inspired by the tailed beast bomb. His creativity, development skills, and chakra control are all amazing.
Even considering Black Zetsu's evaluation, Madara seems to be in the exceptional talent category.
Hashirama and Madara are beyond human. They're in the legendary tier.
Seriously, what are these two even?
Especially Hashirama.
Orochimaru lost to Itachi when he was still in his early teens. And even though Hiruzen loved Orochimaru, he still said, Orochimaru won't be Hokage, Minato should be. Also, Hiruzen said Itachi had the mindset of a Hokage at age 7. So both in portrayal and evaluation, Orochimaru loses to Minato and Itachi.
It's just that Itachi is more of a genius than Orochimaru.
There's no setting that says Orochimaru wasn't chosen because of a lack of talent.
If we exclude reincarnates, Obito's pretty amazing too.
But that's largely thanks to Madara and Guru's support.
The boost from Hashirama cells and Madara's guidance was huge.
Obito had half his body enhanced with Hashirama cells, and even then, he could only handle one Rinnegan, so he's clearly inferior to Nagato in that regard.
Talent depends on what kind of talent we're queuing about.
Minato had poor aesthetic sense and Itachi struggled with emotional recognition, so they'd probably fail language class.
In Boruto, ninjutsu is compared to programming, so maybe ninjutsu talent underyars programming talent, but using that in battle requires physical talent too, which is a separate thing.
Orochimaru is officially labelled a genius, and even created the immortality jutsu. Saying he's not a genius makes no sense.
If even Orochimaru isn't a genius, then aside from the outliers like Hashirama and Madara, only Itachi and Minato would qualify.
If we start talking about official geniuses, then even guys like Neji and Shikamaru would be included, like that famous copy pasta.
Neji and Shikamaru are geniuses too.
There are just different levels among geniuses.
Honestly, even reaching Jonin level makes you one of the few geniuses, statistically speaking.
But if you ask whether those two are prodigies, I'd say not quite.
Hiyashi reacted like Neji was the greatest Hyuga genius ever, and Shikamaru's IQ is insane. He even beat Haiden, who defeated Asuma.
From what Jiraiya knows, Minato is probably number 1.
Jiraiya believed Minato was the only one with the true qualities of a Hokage.
One thing's for sure, Sasuke would say Itachi, and Jiraiya would say Minato are the top geniuses.
And Minato, in turn, said Jiraiya was the most truly gifted ninja he'd ever met.
Itachi had a weak body, so in that sense Minato might have been the greater genius.
Physical toughness is a kind of talent too.
From the side story, Minato seemed incredibly tough.
With his sealing and space-time jutsu, plus that toughness and no known bloodline, it's almost mysterious how talented Minato is.
Hashirama is a god, Madara is a legend. They're in a separate category.
Minato, Hiruzen, and Itachi each feel like they've reached the pinnacle of ninja talent.
Sealing techniques are said to be extremely difficult.
Even the 5-element seal was said to be doable only by the Sannin or the 3rd Hokage. Still, Jiraiya thought Orochimaru's sealing was a bit rough.
Hashirama and Madara had both Senju and Uchiha bloodlines, plus Ashura Indra Chakra. But Tobirama only had Senju blood and natural talent, yet he's considered on par with them, so he's probably a genius too.
Even with Ashura Indra Chakra, reincarnates don't get any real buffs, except maybe the chance to awaken Rinnegan on the Indra side.
With all the conditions and curses, they feel more like troublesome ghosts than blessings.
Ashura and Indra.
Indra's side even gets targeted by Black Zetsu, and the Chakra spirits don't help at all. Naraku from Ninja Scrolls might be a better ghost from the host's perspective.
Especially Ashura's side, if he could Tuku like Dark Yugi, young Naruto would have been thrilled.
If your need for validation is self-contained, you'd probably lose all attachment to the village, like that version of Naruto.
It's like a hidden bonus feature after clearing an RPG.
And Ashura's side doesn't even get any real benefits.
There's no depiction of Tobirama being on par with Hashirama and Madara.
He gets intimidated by Hashirama and never beats Madara even with schemes. There's a clear gap.
The first successor of Ninshu, the first developer of ninjutsu, and the first Hashirama? Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Is there an official setting that says Indra created the hand signs for ninjutsu?
Probably not.
That was from an anime-only episode.
Even Kurama, who isn't an Uzumaki, thought Minato's sealing technique was on par with Hashirama's. He's just that talented.
While near death, he layered the Uzumaki 4-symbol seal into an 8-trigram seal, and even added intricate tweaks for Naruto and Kushina. Minato's sealing skills really are amazing.
Techniques like the 6 Paths 10 Tails coffin seal and the Keikuwan entering temple hand seal are also sealing jutsu. So Hashirama and Madara must have had incredible talent in that area too.
I love Tobirama, but I've never thought he was on the same level as Hashirama or Madara.
There's a setting that says Hiruzen showed greater intellect than Tobirama, even as a child, so maybe Tobirama's talent ranks just below Hiruzen's.
Hashirama feels almost like a divine tree or an Sutsuki. Madara could fight him one-on-one, so yeah, they're in a league of their own.
Obito and Tobirama feel way too overrated sometimes.
Madara probably had a ton of chakra, but that alone wouldn't let him control the 10 Tails. He must have had top-tier technique too.
Honestly, I thought the thread title was asking about Hiruzen.
God Hashirama, Legend, Madara, Wall, Hiruzen, Minato, Itachi.
That's about it.
Even in a reconciled state, Minato could handle Kurama's chakra with ease. He's insanely skilled.
I mean, he was inside the Shinigami's stomach, so how did he reconcile with Kurama and enter Nine Tails mode so naturally?
He's just ridiculously versatile.
Tobirama and Orochimaru are geniuses as researchers, but I don't think they rank among the top-tier ninja.
The thread title was asking who the top genius ninja are, right? Then yeah, I'd pick those 3 too.
Hiruzen's nickname is the Professor, but I think he was more of a genius as a ninja than as a researcher.
Tobirama and Orochimaru are geniuses as ninja too, but there are people above them.
The geniuses we've seen so far have talent in physical traits like Keki Genkai, jutsu usage, jutsu development, and strategic thinking.
Tobirama was supposedly the fastest in the ninja world, so he's top tier as a shinobi too, right?
Of course he's elite, but even if he's faster than Hashirama or Madara, that doesn't mean he's equal in combat or talent. That's the point.
It's common knowledge that Hashirama and Madara are ban cards. But does that mean Tobirama and Hiruzen are also banned?
It's exciting to think there might be a number 1 genius outside of Konoha.
Konoha just has too many strong pieces on the board.
Ashura-style wood release tends to reach theoretical max potential, but Indra-style requires stealing power from Ashura. Way too difficult.
Indra's theoretical max. Ashura's theoretical max, Indra's normal level.
That's why I think Madara, who built the infrastructure for Indra's theoretical potential, is amazing.
Wood release is exclusive to Hashirama.
Even Naruto couldn't use it, and it's unclear if Ashura could in the original story. Hashirama was the first Senju to use it.
Was it ever stated that only Hashirama among the reincarnates could use wood release?
Hashirama had the largest scale, sure, but I thought some of Ashura's reincarnates could use it occasionally.
If we're decooing talent, Deidara also feels like a real genius.
If we're being serious, Hiruzen is probably number 1, with Minato as runner-up.
So how is the debate? The Japanese community compares Minato and Itachi's genius with legends like Hashirama and Madara. Do you agree? Or do you have a different answer? Let's hear your opinion in the comments.